Hey guys, welcome back. I have a really exciting video for you today, and I'm sure you can see by the title and probably why you clicked on it. I am going to be giving you a first impressions and a little review of the new Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, and I am so excited. I'm wearing it right now. I've already filmed the first impressions bit and the little demo, and I can't wait for you to see it. I'm so excited about it. My skin looks the best it has looked in 8 months. And I'm just really excited about it, guys. I really hope you enjoy the demo. I'm going to give you a little bit of a lowdown on what the product is, what Charlotte Tilbury says about it. And for this, I'm just going to grab my phone quickly just so I can read the first paragraph of what you are introduced to when you click on the website, or what, say, the motto and capture of this foundation is for people. So this foundation launched last week, Thursday, and I was umming and ahhing all day whether to grab it, and I was really scared if I made the decision to grab it, it would be out of stock. But I was scrolling through my phone at about midnight and decided I'm just going to take the plunge and order it. I hadn't treated myself this month, so I thought this will be my little treat. I can test it out for you guys, make a video for you, and at least I'll be able to see kind of what it will do for my skin, which I'm really excited for. I have been struggling the last 8 months with my skin, and that's probably why I kind of dropped off the YouTube radar, because I hit a bit of a low, and not just with skin wise, just a few things happened, but my skin kind of erupted after that, and I've never had trouble with my skin, so I took it really hard. I didn't really want to be seen, let alone at my job, so I wasn't really going to put myself on camera. But this foundation, I just thought, if it works, then it will be great. It will help me with how I'm feeling about my skin. And I don't know if you guys, a lot of you guys will have come here to view the foundation because you're obviously interested over it. But if you've actually watched the campaign and the adverts of it and just the little teaser clips on Instagram, you will know what this foundation promises and how good it actually sounds. So it's £29.50. It comes in 15 shades. I bought shade 1, and then when you purchase online it gives you shade 1, 2 and 3, or I'm not sure if, say, you purchased shade 6, it would give you 6, 6.5 and 7, if that makes sense. But I got shade 1, 2 and 3 in my box, and then I also got a sample of the Wonder Glow and the Supermodel Body, and obviously the foundation. So as usual, it was packaged beautifully. So this is what the box looks like. It's a beautiful kind of milky pink, and it has just like the rose gold etching on the front, and it just says Magic Foundation, flawless long lasting coverage, broad spectrum, SPF 15. So it says flawless, poreless, youthful looking skin every day. The packaging is gorgeous. As I said, the frosted glass gives it that really luxurious feel. You've got the beautiful rose gold lid, and then it comes off and you have a pump, and not just any pump. I don't know if this was intentional, but it's a plastic pump. And the one thing I cannot stand is, even with my Sheer Glow pump, paid extra for it, and although it's not rubber, it gets really grubby and you can't actually clean it that well. But this looks like you could give it a really good clean and just keep it in good condition, whether you be using it for your makeup kit or just at home. I like my things to keep looking pretty, especially when they cost a pretty penny and they look like this. I actually really love the look of this. I'm sure everyone will. It just looks like luxury, and just imagine it sitting on my dressing table looking beautiful right behind there. It looks good. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my phone here with the website on, and I'm just going to read you the opening statement that you're obviously greeted with when you touch into the foundation. And it just says, flawless, poreless, long-lasting coverage, SPF 15. Is it magic or is it foundation? 5 years in the making. This is a new generation of anti-aging, full coverage foundation that morphs to your face in a weightless texture for a perfect looking second skin that lasts all day. A few things got to me there and really caught my eye. Obviously the slogan, is it magic or is it foundation? I mean, that will be debatable for everyone. They all have their little catchy phrases, don't they? But I really love the way that it's taken Charlotte 5 years to produce this. You know, she's not one that just willy-nilly, you know, manufactures things out, and you kind of have to question the quality. You know that everything you get from Charlotte Tilbury is the highest of quality. And then obviously the fact that it says it's a full coverage foundation that morphs to your face. And morphs is a very strong word, because obviously it is very hard throughout the millions and billions of people in this world to know and create one foundation that will morph into everyone's skin, whether it's dry, oily, mature, bumpy, acne, you know, scarring, birthmarks, that kind of thing. It's very, very hard to kind of pinpoint one foundation that is going to cater for all of that. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. But when I read morphs, I was like, it sounds magic, like very magical, and it's going to give you that really nice desired effect that everyone wants out of a foundation. And then obviously it says weightless texture, which gets to me again because I love weightless products. I don't often go for full coverage, although where my skin's been worse the last 8 months, I've literally been piling on the makeup, which I hate. I hate feeling really heavy. I love wearing makeup, I really do, and I don't like going to work and feeling like I want to scratch my face off, or going out for 7 hours with my other half for like a dinner and just thinking, oh my God, when can I go home and take this makeup off? And then the perfect looking second skin. So again, kind of tying in with that weightlessness, the magic ingredients are the Laricel, which is a mushroom extract, as far as I can tell, that tightens your pores without leaving your skin feeling really tight and uncomfortable. It still leaves the moisturization benefits so that your skin really feels nourished throughout the day. You've also got the hyaluronic filling spheres, and all of us in the beauty industry, or even if you're not in the beauty industry, will know that hyaluronic is extremely good for your skin. It's, you know, this miracle product that holds, I think it's like 1,000 times its weight in water. And so when you add that to your skin, it locks in that moisture and really, really pumps it full of that hydration. Regardless of whether you're oily skin, dehydrated skin, we all need hydration to balance our skin. And that is probably the most important ingredient in this foundation for me, because where I'm battling with my skin, it switches between dehydrated to sometimes oily on the chin, and I just need something that's going to give me that hydration and not suck it out of my skin while I'm wearing it for 12 hours or 16 hours or 4 hours. And then you've obviously got the supercharged vitamin C. So she says that this is the brand new skincare hero ingredient. It's been clinically tested. It's really good for antioxidant. It revives your skin and gives you like that glowing lit from within complexion. So the range of things this foundation is supposed to cover are things, sorry, I'm still looking at my phone. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. Is acne and obviously your acne scarring, and it does this by tightening pores and reducing shine, and it minimizes oil production after 9 weeks, which, as I said, is really great because at least you know when you're wearing it, you're getting those skincare benefits. It treats redness, rosacea, discoloration and melasma. Mature skin, either lines, deep wrinkles, age spots and threaded veins. It reduces the appearance of age spots by 75%, which is huge. And then the normal to tired, dull skin, obviously with the vitamin C, it's going to give you that more brighter, youthful, rejuvenated look on the skin, that really healthy glow that, you know, an exfoliation would give you, but this will give you that long-term kind of effect, which is really great because that is what I'm after. Application wise, in my demo, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I am going to be using the bareMinerals Complexion Face. It's dirty because I've already put it on, and I think that this will work really well if you can't afford the brush, which I think is £42. And although it looks amazing, I have so many brushes at home, so I'm really hoping that one of these will do the trick. I was going to use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush because it looks the most similar, so I wanted to use something I know that's very soft and gentle, and I use this with all of my foundations, whether it's Clarins, bareMinerals, NARS, YSL. I use this with all of them and I haven't found a problem yet, so I'm hoping this will be my little star of the show. Hopefully this video will be of some help for you guys if you're trying to decide whether to buy the foundation. In my demo there was a bit of confusion about the shades. I'm definitely shade 1. I have shade 2 on at the moment, but I did have to bronze my neck and everything to put shade 2 on. I know it looks very pale on camera. I'm sitting in front of a huge window, but on my actual mirror or when I actually look into the window, I am slightly darker than I usually am. So without further ado, I've done enough rambling. Any kind of questions or comments, just leave them below. Obviously, I will be wearing this for the next few upcoming weeks and I will report back on how I feel about it and if it's helped my skin at all and kind of how my skin is going along. So go follow my blog and my Instagram. I'm always active on my Instagram and my Twitter. I'll leave all the links down below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. and I will see you soon. I hope you enjoy the demo. Bye guys. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see what I'm dealing with at the moment. I thought today would be the perfect day to try this foundation out because I have had an active breakout, and then obviously I do have my scarring and I do have the parts of my skin that are currently healing. So I've got all amounts going on my skin. I've had a little breakout on my inner eyebrow area. I had a little one here and I've had a few come up here. The rest of it is scarring. So the rest of this redness you can see just around here and here is scarring. I had a spot here yesterday, which I've never had in my life. And this over here is just a bruise. Excuse my chipped nail, and also if you see this finger, excuse that. I took a chunk off my nail polish yesterday, and then later on I took a chunk out of my finger while I was working on counter, sliding the drawers around. So I am in the wars, mentally and physically. Let's just ignore it. So what I liked when I initially placed my order online was that I chose shade 1. I am usually the fairest in most foundations. So with NARS Sheer Glow, I'm Siberia. In MAC, I'm NW10. NC15 is a little bit too cool tone for me, so I tend to go for NW because at least it's a neutral warm tone, if that makes sense. What other foundations? Drugstore foundations, Rimmel, I am their lightest shade that they brought out. I think it's light porcelain or fairly porcelain. Hopefully you can see this. I've decided to put shade 1 and 2 next to each other. This is shade 1 and this is shade 2. So as I said, this to me looks more of like that neutral warmth, whereas this looks a bit like, you see, to me this looks beige, but it's definitely got a pinker undertone, especially if you look at it through normal light. I'm not quite sure which one to go for. Guys, what I figured out is that shade 1 would be my exact match. Shade 1 is going to be an all year round colour for me, especially come winter when I lose the colour that I picked up in summer. What I think it was that made me lean towards shade 2 is that it is very, very similar to my Everlasting one from Clarins in Ivory. And because I'm so used to using that, and in my bareMinerals, I use Fairly Light, which is slightly darker because Fair, again, is pink tone. So I tend to go for the more beigey, warm looking tones. That's why I went for shade 2. But it is like my Clarins one. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got shade 2 all over, by the way. I don't know if you can actually see the contrast between how white my neck is. And it's not huge, it's not like an orange line. My first impression is that this foundation is magic. I know, what a pun. But seriously, when Charlotte says this feels like a second skin, it does. If any of you have ever tried bareMinerals with how light it feels on the skin, this is what the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation feels like. It feels so soft, like velvety soft, and not like double wear where you kind of put it on. And I know double wear is a holy grail for many people, so I'm not knocking it, but double wear you can feel on the skin and then it kind of dies down to that velvety matte texture. This feels a bit like you've applied a really gorgeous, like luxurious moisturizer, but then it's just died down to your skin. That's how I can kind of explain it, is that when you pop your moisturizer on and it absorbs and your skin feels really nourished and moisturized, that is the feeling. So it is like a second skin on the healthiest day. It has covered everything, even the darker circles under my eyes, which I don't have really bad ones of, but I do because obviously I change between contacts and glasses. Absolutely gone. It's covered all the redness. All of this scarring is gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put on the rest of my makeup and then I will check back with you in a second. I've gone ahead and applied the rest of my makeup for the day, and I really am impressed, guys. I went and I looked in the mirror, and this is the clearest I've seen my skin in the last 8 months since I've been struggling with it. So I mean, all I can really do is thank Charlotte Tilbury for putting the 5 years of innovation into this foundation and creating something that every single person could wear. I will say makeup applies beautifully on top of it, and I don't know whether it's just because it's more of a full coverage, so You can see your colours a bit better. I did go in with a little bit of concealer, and when I say a little bit, I literally just put it on this inner corner and a little bit of highlight. I did not have to conceal anywhere else, and I haven't gone over any areas, which I usually would after applying a foundation. I'd usually either go in with my NARS Creamy Concealer or my Urban Decay Naked Skin one, just to kind of lighten the scarring and then cover it up. But I haven't had to do any of that, which is amazing. My skin feels really lightweight. The foundation feels really lightweight. I literally feel like I'm wearing nothing but mascara because I've put quite a lot on today, and obviously my lips. So I will check in with you guys maybe in about an hour or two just before I leave the house, so that you can see what it's still sitting like on my skin. Hey guys, so I thought I would give you a little bit of an update before I leave the house. I applied the foundation at about 10:30, 11:15, and it is now 3:15. I'm going to the movies and then I'm going for dinner with my other half. And so far I've had breakfast after I finished my makeup on my demo, and I've now had some lunch, and it is still sitting properly like you would expect it would after lunch. It's not like I had it all over my face. But I did have leftover pasta, and I did get quite a lot of sauce down on my chin, and just wiped it off like you normally would, and my foundation is still there. It still feels really beautiful and lightweight. It's been a good few hours, so I'm really sorry if it's looking a bit dark. I'll zoom you in a bit closer so that while I'm talking about it, you can actually see what it's looking like on my skin right now. There you go. Hopefully from this angle you can see it a little bit better. My highlight's still going strong, so is my bronzer. Usually this is gone in an hour. I just use the NYX Taupe blush to contour, because it's quite, it doesn't lack pigmentation, but because I touch my face a lot, it usually is gone within an hour, or it looks really natural for the rest of the day. But it's still going strong. Even around here where I've got the really dry patches, as you can see, nothing's really worn off. The only place that's really worn off is just here. That's because I literally wiped my lipstick off a minute ago. So if I put some on, it will look the same. What I really, really love about this foundation is that even after I've applied it, which has obviously been a good 3, 4, maybe 5 hours, I'm really bad at like head maths, is that my skin is just looking better and better as the day goes on. So this will be my last update, guys. It's about 7:20, and the foundation has worn down quite nicely. Just grab my mirror and tell you where the little problem areas were. It's kind of worn away here. So this, I don't know if you can see on camera, but this little bit of red scarring over here is actually showing through, and a little bit on my chin. It's looking more flawless on the camera than it does in the mirror, let me just say that. And it's wearing down here, which is weird because I don't often touch up here. Here is my main point of touching, so like when I'm sitting down and stuff, you know, I often sit like this, that kind of thing. It hasn't worn away anywhere else, like on my cheeks and under my eyes. The majority of the rest of my makeup has come off except for my highlighter, which is still pretty much there, and a little bit of my contour. I mean, even my eyeshadow has started coming off because I literally put no primer on anything. Usually I wear an eyeshadow primer and I wear a base primer. But the rest of it has stayed pretty well, so I'm really impressed with that. And my skin feels a bit like you still have that moisturiser on, and then you've got that layer of moisture that you could rub off, which is weird because it's only really on my nose and my chin. The rest feels really, really like a demi-matte finish, like it would say. And the only place I had a problem with I think it was about an hour and a half ago, was it did start to clog just a little bit here. It's lasted really well, and I'm really, really impressed with it. I will try it out, as I said, on the next few upcoming weeks, and I will report back. As I said again, I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.